Hi there. It's me again. I'm making another one of these. So I want to look at some more Half-Life 1 mods, just out of curiosity. The last batch was mostly not very good, but I figured out a way to refine my searching in the ModDB, so hey, we're gonna try to look at some more and hope that we find something good. I already know the answer to that, and it may shock you. Like I said last time, I really respect the amount of effort that these people put into these mods, and it takes a lot of courage to put out something. That said, you know, not everything is perfect, and that's okay. You know, some of my favorite games and shows and movies, there's flaws in them, but that can add some character to it. We're gonna see some character here. I didn't record any of these after that update that Valve put out for Half-Life 1. We're gonna try something a little different this time. For the last one, I wrote a script and tried to stick to it as much as I could, but we're gonna try to fly by the seat of our pants this time. I hope you don't mind, and hope it's alright.
It always began with an island rising out of the sea, ancient, alien. Inside is something huge, monstrous, unspeakably evil.
Unspeakably thick.
And then I awake. If anyone could tell me what these dreams meant, it was my old friend and mentor, Sir Henry Fortescue.
So, our first game is Cthulhu. You get thrown into a little car ride, a little intro sequence. You get to meet the locals.
I have another report. I have another report. I have another report.
And a lot of them have nothing interesting to say.
I have another report. 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 I have another report.
So, we skip right on ahead and head into our professor's home. And we meet a much larger James Bond. I'm 1000% certain this is just the GoldenEye 007, like James Bond skin, just wrapped around him. It's a little bit of a bigger guy. He looks great. We get another car ride. We head off to wherever he was asking us to go. I honestly don't remember the full details, and I'm not rereading a lot of the text because I didn't even really read it when I actually played this. So we find ourselves inside the house, and the first thing I did is manage to get myself stuck in this oven. This is the man to face Cthulhu, gentlemen. And ladies. Can't forget the ladies. So you find yourself a cane sword, a la Bloodborne. Hey, who's this guy?
Cthulhu, protect
Oh, we're already faced with someone who is in love with Cthulhu. A cult member.
Hide!
Hey, what the hell is this? I swear I've made something like this as a kid. Or maybe my mom did. Get ourselves up into the attic and find a Half-Life 1 head crab zombie. Get out of here. Got another place to go to.
Unbeliever.
We have men to Circle Street. We find our way out and we make our way to the church. Well, we get into the church and we find a man holding a gun, and hey, we get his fucking revolver. Get deeper in, we find this. I forgot to turn off the aim assist. I don't know what causes that. You don't even fight the thing. We just go around. We find a church and a floating man off in the distance. He whispers to us sweet nothings. Me too, man. So I kind of cut this out. But you do go into the church, you get a double-barrel shotgun. Find out that there's maybe something to dig up. You're inside the grave of some guy. I forget his name, and I don't care. But there's these. They make the god sound when they hit him. They're annoying. You fight a bunch, you get down even further again, and you get yourself into a Half-Life 1-esque situation. We have a Half-Life 1 scientist come into scene. Yeah.
No! 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 Get it off me! Get it off! Get it off!
Sure. And then you solve some puzzles so you can get past him. I don't know what the purpose of all of this was. I guess specifically to kill this one creature that would come out of the ground. I skipped a lot of these in terms of editing. You get your first spell. Now here's where things get kind of crazy. Drain Life doesn't do anything. I think there was only one use case, and it was a waste of my time. But Shriveling does do something. It does damage, and it costs your HP Lovecraft currency.
The horror. I can't stand it. It's sharing my mind.
So I guess we get a little glimpse into what happens if you expend all of your Lovecraft points, your HP. You lose all of your sanity and you die. And then I made a horrible mistake because I didn't fully understand this room. Because I wasn't... things just kind of happen. You gotta destroy the crystals up top. I thought it was the big glowing thing in the center of the room. It had to blow up. But no. So I wasted all of my stuff, not knowing that there isn't really much space to actually replenish your HP. So I was stuck with 2, and this is going to be crucial later on. Anyway, you leave that area again. You get into some kind of weird, like, abandoned town. And they throw you a Half-Life 1 classic creature your way. Gargantuan. This is where I got stuck for a while, because I didn't quite understand what you were supposed to do. I figured they give you dynamite, you do enough damage to him, you'll die, and the way forward will progress, because you're trapped in this room with him. So that, your HP Lovecraftian points, I guess you need to use Shrivel to beat him. I only have 2, which is barely enough to expend on this creature. So why would I use something that I didn't have any of? I was almost, like, stuck. There's no way to cheat yourself for HP Lovecraftian points. Like, I was like, okay, give me some, you know, give me Impulse 101, nothing. You know, I tried to cheat, like, you know, HEV Suit points, but no. Because that's where the icon is placed, so I assume it's based off of the HEV Suit. But it isn't. I don't know. It took me a long time to figure it out in the first place. Burn enough? Then for some reason this pink goo ignites because you hurt him enough. I don't know why. And I got lucky. I only recorded 1 point. I don't know if that's like a... just in case someone does what I did and waste all of their points. Or what, I don't know. But I finally got out. I genuinely thought that this point was gonna be at the end of the video. No, you escape with your life. And you get 20 HP Lovecraft points. So killing certain creatures, I believe, is what gets you your points back. It doesn't happen that often, but... Move forward, you go to Mafia City.
Your history.
So I thought these guys were my friends first.
Fill 'em full of lead.
You kill these guys, you get into the thing, you get some kind of, you get a timing gun. Typing in the passcode on a vault. And you get an item, I guess these like little rune sigils that you can place, which is practically mines, but I don't know what the point is. I never used them. Not once. Get to some area where this happens at you. I don't know what the fuck these things are. Anyway, come here. You need the Necronomicon. The statue warps in and looks at you. Teleports half a foot in front of you to actually be able to hit you, and then dies in 1 hit. I will say that for some reason, during these recording sessions, I was on an especially high edge. I don't know why, because little did I know that these guys teleport afterwards. Gave me a little jump scare. Whatever, we go to the desert. I guess it's just around, you know, it's close by. This guy has a lot of time on his hands to come drive around and burn gas. There's snakes here, but more importantly, you get a snake staff. You get to summon snakes. This is gonna be awesome. Let's try it. Well, it was a valiant effort. Anyway, we move in deeper, we climb a cliffside. I didn't show any of that because there's a lot that didn't really matter. We go into this ancient facility. Mind you, this is probably the 20s, 30s, 40s, I don't know. So, hey, there's a lot of fancy equipment here. What's up with that? Yo! We got these aliens up in here. Look at these things. These are incredible. This is the point of the game where I started to kind of come back around on it. I was starting to fade away. There wasn't really that much interesting going on here up until this point, where things started getting really wild. Look at this gun. Look at this thing. What is this? It's like a glacier. It shoots the freaking Vortigern thing. And one more thing. There's dinosaurs. There's a T-Rex just here. I guess I threw one of those portals we had gone into the past. Which is very important that we did that, because in here, we're gonna find something so important. So important to solving all these problems. That's right, a steering wheel. Let's drive our way out of here. So we don't want these beasts taking our steering wheel, alright?
I returned through the time portal and chartered a merchant ship to take me to the place where I knew the island of Relaya would rise from.
We borrow a friend's ship, I guess. We revisit the cutscene here. In the intro, because hey, things are happening. Big things, big bad things are happening here. We gotta stop it. So I get my steering wheel out. Let's can't do that. Alright. So we got our nice ship with our advanced weaponry. You know, as you do with your ship. Just have mounted guns on it.
Sir Henry.
Cthulhu, I release you.
Turns out what's holding back Cthulhu is a bunch of steering wheels that you can just bust with a knife. Cthulhu's strong. He's got the Gargantuan moveset. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I've been saying that name a lot. Explaining this to my brother. He's heavy artillery to kill our dancing Cthulhu friend here, while I slowly take a radiation damage. Got that fool decimated and he fades away. That doesn't mean he's dead. We have one more thing to do. Shoot him for a bit, and then put our steering wheel back into place.
The island is sinking. Let's get back to the boat.
At first I didn't realize that wasn't my character talking, because I thought that sounds kind of like all the cultists, but it was just him. He's like, oh my god. Island's blown up.
So
Oh.
you see, Doctor, that's what happened. That's how I stopped Cthulhu from destroying the world.
I see. That's very interesting, Ranulph. I think we should talk more about this, Cthulhu tomorrow.
Bobby.
No. Wait. Don't go with that. That is what happened. I did stop Cthulhu. I'm not mad.
So, we get to our end. Our hero is, I guess, crazy now, and we learn something very important about ourselves. So, if you're in this scene, you probably, the modding scene, you probably already knew about this mod, because apparently this was an old mod. It just talked about Cthulhu, the Dark Corners of the Earth. Remember that game? 2004? Is it 2004 that was released? Oh my god, it's been years. So, hey, that's... It was an interesting mod. It was probably the most entertaining one for me, personally. Just because it went wild. If it still works, play that one. That one's weird. I love it. Up next, we have the World Machine.
Experimental collider authorized.
Put it simply, the World Machine is another
Activated.
Half-Life 1. What would happen over here with this guy? Event. The Resonance Cascade did a thing over here. This time, it's the World Machine, a very important machine that I kind of forgot what the point of it was. But your character has to get the data and destroy the data. First things first, we have to investigate these toilets. So, the World Machine has more advanced tech than Cthulhu did. Water actually went away as opposed to kind of phase through the toilet bowl. I had to check that. It was very important for me. I'm not sure what to really say about this. I got lost early on. I I didn't know that you could open the locker. So, that's not a common thing you can do in these games. So I never considered that even being an option. So, finally found a crowbar. Get out of here. And hey, I hope you love the sound of alarms, because that is literally going to be 99% of the background audio this entire game. They only give you a really small handful of weapons in this mod, which is fine. That's, you know, kind of focusing on what matters and what's important. I think it's just the pistol, shotgun, you know, the rapid fire. It was the submachine gun equivalent. The aesthetic is pleasing. It has a kind of like 70s kind of look to the environments. 70s, 80s, like futurism, which is nice. I like that look. Downside again. While getting that aesthetic done very well, all you're hearing in the background is some variant of an alarm going off. It's really annoying. You just keep bumping into it. To give context of what you're doing moment to moment, you're just trying to find an elevator down. In each section. You'll have some puzzles here and there, but the end goal is to find an elevator to get down to level 4. By the way, have I mentioned that you're going to be hearing the alarm the entire time in some fashion? You go down some more elevators. You do more fighting. It's Half-Life 1 combat with the Half-Life 1 weapons, so there isn't really much to say about it other than like it's still competent. The placement of enemies is not that bad. And of course, we have to have a segment where we fight the haunted woman. Not a very interesting fight. We go through this nice little room. I like the aesthetic of. It reminds us our goal here. We go up, get the data, we leave, and activate the suicide self-destruct sequence and get it. So you do that. It's not bad. Again, I like the visual aesthetic of it. I think that's its strongest suit.
Detonation device activated.
And then you get one last alarm before you go, and it's the end. Yeah, it's okay. In the context of this being a horror thing, where that's the kind of the whole premise of this video series. Again, Half-Life 1 horror. It's there, but in passing. It's okay. If you want to spend some time with it, hey, it's alright. Have fun with the World Machine. So up next I have one that was kind of exciting. This one was just called Half-Life Raid on ModDB. I wanted to check it out because it's supposed to be like the Resident Evil Revelations raid mode. And I loved that. That's a really good mode in that game. But you get thrown in. It's Jill Valentine. It's in third person. Her hands on her hips, ready to grip something. Go through a door, and you load your desktop. It crashes. So, okay, I'm not really sure what went wrong. Maybe it just failed one time. Let me try it again to make sure. So we got our stuff here. We're Jill Valentine, go through the door. And you load your desktop. So I don't know what happened. I genuinely don't know what happened. Maybe we can get some insight. Mod may be in eternal sleep. As you may have figured it out, the mod is dead. Since we lost all motivation to work on this, and some of our dev team members are out of contact, we regret to say that this mod is dead until further notice. Thank you to everyone who was interested in this mod. Well, how unfortunate that is. It seemed promising. They had a room. It didn't work. Let's look at some of the... Oh, they had a Leon. Yeah, that's cool. Here's him holding gun. Here's him holding gun. Here's him holding gun. Oh, there's Barry. Oh, hey, we had a creature that we could have faced, potentially. Maybe two. Okay. This could have been alright. Dang, they had a tarantula. And the dog. Well, that's a bummer. What do people have to say? Louis Geister Mario says, when I walk into the door, it closes. Damn, same. Well, alright, well, what's next? Alright. This one I kind of teased in the previous video. That's when I kind of discovered that there was more to the mod scene that I could try to discover. So, let's see it. I want to see it. I want to know. It's clearly in a demo phase, so it's not really finished in any capacity, but that's okay. I want to know. I want to see. I want to play as my boy. Zeke? Is that his name? It has been 2 years since the defeat of Dr. Tongue. The zombies still torment Zeke. He now has a choice to set himself free from the nightmare, or continue to live here. Okay. There's a big city behind our regular play area in the classic game. And there isn't really much to do here. This kind of looks like the original, like, first level. Not much going on. Trampolines don't even work. So there's another separate path ahead. And this is a tutorial area, I guess, which is more of a premise starter. Okay, this is horrible screaming in the background. Not sure what that's about. Goes in pretty deep. Let's see what's going on with the town. Oh, I guess he can't. Alright, go into the darkness. Maybe we'll get jump scared. You ready? 3, 2, 1. No, there's nothing here. You can't even activate a flashlight. And then there's this vent over here. I don't know why that made me jump scare, but it did. It made me jump in my scare. There's nothing here. There's absolutely nothing here. I don't know why. It ends like that, but it does. So, okay. We don't want a prologue. We want to see the real deal. What do they got? Hey, right off the bat, we got the freaking gun. Alright, let's see. Did they get the music right? What the hell am I listening to? This is the worst, like, iteration I've ever heard in my life. How could something be so terrible? Oh my god. Oh, we're getting a remix. Is it gonna get worse? Maybe. You have to find hidden buttons in this weird maze. And that opens the door. And by hidden buttons, I mean a button. Next area isn't that much more inspiring. Headshot is an instant kill, body shots are not. Jump off the map and die. That's kind of the end of it. Huh? Where is this? What is this? Just load into... This doesn't look like any Half-Life 1 map I recognize, so what is this? Okay. I still have my freaking, my little squirter. Nothing to do here. So, it's probably evident at this point that this was probably just like... that this mod was just kind of like based off of the other mod that this person was making, and for some reason dying in the zombies ate my neighbors brings you back to this other thing that they were working on, I assume. God, I just noticed Zeke's hand.
This train is
Man, there.
Keep your legs inside.
I don't know. There isn't really much else to really talk about with this thing. The door partially opens. Doesn't really let you out, so I cheat my way out. So I want to know more. And there isn't anything else to explore here. They put a couple vending machines, and there's a door that you can't open. And that's the end of it. Lord knows what's going on in the rest of this giant box. I don't know the context of the rest of what they had going. But that's kind of it. It's you have there you have it. I don't know. I hope they don't use that music again if they continue this project. Sorry, that is a bad version of that song. What the hell? Terrible. Never do that again. And for our last game of the bunch, we have this one called Half Rats, Parasomnia. Now, apparently this is a sequel in the series. I'm not sure how many in this is, but apparently it's a series, and apparently some people really like this. I thought it was really neat. So you have a premise of just, this is in the past, this is during times of wagons and horses and cowed boys. We have our protagonist who talks to himself, and he stops everything to make sure that we hear him. It's not terribly acted. It's all right. He goes to some abandoned town where he's gonna find treasure and get some money. But before we get into that a little bit more, some of the mechanics here are a little different than our standard Half-Life, like Half-Life fare. So we have usable items within our inventory, and that's through the mechanic of like swapping between them. You have like 5 different ones. So you have that, and also a blocking mechanic, which is not really common, at least from what I've seen so far. Unfortunately, I don't really find a strong use case for it. It's really, it's a 100% block rate. I don't think you can be broken out of it. But the problem with it is that a lot of enemies that you encounter where you would want to block, there's no like recoil animation for them. So there's these like little fast dudes that like swing rapidly, and you don't want to block them. You right click and it'll lock into the animation, and you have to right click again to lock out. Like okay, I blocked his string. You know, you lift up your sword again, and it's already swinging again. So it's like there's not even a point to trying to do it. So it's almost something. It's almost there. Either way, this mod is difficult. There's a lot of times where you find yourself kind of like low on certain items like health or ammo, but you do find them like barely steadily enough to be able to keep going, mixed in with a shop mechanic, which opens up a shop similar to like how a Counter-Strike would. You go up to these little vending machines, and when you interact with them, and you get money throughout the levels, you get stuff to, you find money. And now, in my time with this game, I was a little frustrated with it at times. There's like a halfway point where you get into this manor, and then they're just like, here's just barrages of enemies at you. And it's like, okay, this is a time for me to spend my ammo. Just unbelievable amounts. We also got a couple boss fights. One in that manor or after it, and you get into this courtyard, fight him near a fountain. He's kind of stupid. Just kind of walk around the fountain. There's also another important thing I forgot to mention. One of the mechanics is, instead of your typical Half-Life 1 flashlight, you get a lantern, and that lantern it gives you a light around you, which is actually significantly more helpful in a lot of situations than a Half-Life 1 flashlight would. That said, one of the more annoying mechanics is that you get a limitation on that. It uses fuel. It doesn't recover on its own. So you have to find oil to refill your oil lamp, or buy oil. And sometimes I forgot to even try to buy oil, so I would just be in the dark. It does it an okay job at actually being kind of scary, because kind of like just like throw things at you and that like move really fast or actually genuinely very threatening. That are like, okay, I don't know how to easily handle this other than to just burn ammo on it as fast as I can before the other things in the room also try to kill me. He also has a fun eating sound. I hear it a lot. I also had an instance when I entered the sheriff's office, the deputy station, you know, open the double doors, come in, he starts talking, and the double doors automatically start closing on me, and they just push me back into the little intermission area and had me load out. So that was a little interesting. That was maybe a little oversight, but it's kind of funny. They throw you into a section and you're like, alright, I'm gonna go fight this guy in this barn. Or this thing. And they take away all of your weapons except the sword. Because it's like, it's gotta be an honorable duel. Unfortunately, this fight is kind of lame because it, like, you can just kind of circle straight around the guy until he, I don't know, you just keep striking him, and he's trying to block you. He has like jumps and he blocks, and you gotta, you would normally have to like think about this fight, carefully, but you just run around him, and just keep striking, kind of just hitting past his block. Then it ends on something that I was like, oh, this is a multi-part series, I guess. You see this guy again, I guess, and you're like, haha, you're not done yet, half rat. And he's like, oh man, you shouldn't have left me with a sword. You slice him and you get money, and you get your pistol. I want to know real quick that at some point, I guess you're supposed to get a rifle. I missed it because like in every piece of like footage that I would see from other people, you get a rifle. I don't know where to get that. I don't know how I missed it, but I guess I missed it. You spend this money on the shop, get what you can. Hopefully you don't spend the wrong items. I did the first time, so I reloaded. I went through this terrible segment. These just annoying enemies. Anyway, you get a friend in this segment for like half a moment. He comes with you down to what is the last boss of this game.
Thanks be to Providence, I'm free at last. Now who in all damnation might you be?
Plain speaking, we have scant time for intercourse here.
I don't know what the hell this thing is. This boss fight is terrible. I'll explain in a moment. But first, check out this song. Next to happen is that the music trigger doesn't happen where my save was set. So I fail this a lot because this is a terrible boss fight. This song is great. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, alright, this is wild. Thank you for this. You have to go around, you have to find very specific little strands in, like, holding these things up. I would not have guessed that these are the things that I had to deal with. Anyway, this fight is bad. he makes that horrible sound the entire time because he's trying to target you with his attack. The green stuff is an instant kill. And one false movement, you die. Does a lot of damage for each little green thing, so you can't stand still for half a second. So you gotta break those strands, and after spending way too long just dying over and over and over and over and over again, managed to finally bust these things. And then you press a little lever, and after you break all three,
The depths of greed and gluttony
then it ends.
a monstrosity ever so depraved. Perhaps it was my lot to strike such beasts from the earth. Or perhaps I was
Talks to you about
to what
this
environment
stuff.
should I sojourn next? What further aberrations will I face?
But yeah,
couldn't
honestly,
venture a guess.
it's
One thing is for certain.
it's not bad. It's
Life
an
doesn't
alright
stand still for long.
it's an alright mod. Very very well thought out. It's got a lot of rough edges, but you know, that's how mods be, honestly. that's how making games is. But yeah, eventually I'm gonna try to look at the earlier version of this, or the earlier not prequel, but the one that came before it. So check it out. Check out Half Rats. It might be more up your alley than mine. There's a lot of Carnival Ion stuff, so be wary of that. Also, if you're afraid of cops, understandable. There's cops in this, but hey, you got the reward of you know, putting them down your sights. Anyway, that's Half Rats. Check it out. No, let's those survive for now. Again, this was a different attempt. Me kind of talking over it and just kind of re-experiencing it in my mind. There's probably details that I forgot or missed, but I feel like maybe this is a little bit more a better flow. I hope it sounds better. I hope it you know, is more entertaining than the last one was. Yeah, but I hope to keep trying to check these out. I know this is like a month past or so over the the previous Half-Life 1 horror mods look, but I would like to keep checking these things out because there's some really interesting things that people make out there that might not even be known about or haven't been even explored. They're just waiting to be found, and I'm hoping to find more. You know, here's to all those people that put this amount of effort into something that, again, I just wouldn't have the patience for. You guys are truly incredible. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was an interesting thing to make, you know, interesting change. The next time we go into this, maybe I'll have some friends with me. Maybe I won't, or family. I don't know. Who's to say? I don't know what I'm doing. Goodbye. Goodbye.